Fingers twitch, it's a digital race. Trade the dots, connect the line, profits calling, it's my time. Precision move, shopping clean, living life on this money machine. Scalping seconds, slicing fast. Ride the wave, don't let it pass. Green and red, they set the tone. Win or lose, I'm in the zone. Trade the dots, connect the line, profits calling, it's my time. Precision move, shopping clean, living life on this money machine. Every tick's a heartbeat loud. High stakes play, I'm feeling proud. Risk and thrill, it's all the same. One more trade to up my game. Pivots turn, I'm locked and sure. Cut the losses, keep it pure. Every trend I see the clues. I'll ride the highs and dodge the blues. Pivots turn, I'm locked and sure. Cut the losses, keep it pure. Every trend I see the clues. I'll ride the highs and dodge the blues. Yeah. This money machine. Yeah, this money machine. Yeah. Every tick's a heartbeat loud. High stakes play, I'm feeling proud. Hey, I'm feeling proud. Money machine. Every tick's a heartbeat loud. High stakes play, I'm feeling proud. Risk and thrill, it's all the same. One more trade to up my game. Eyes locked on the glowing screen. Numbers flash like a fever dream. Charts align like stars in space. Fingers twitch, it's a digital race. Trade the dots, connect the line, profits calling, it's my time. Precision move, shopping clean, living life on this money machine. Scalping seconds.
Good morning, everybody. Special Friday marathon trade today in honor of two things. We got PC on the books, which could be really, really market moving if it surprises. And we have a 90% Apex sale today, which is very rare. So I decided we're going to do a full marathon in honor of that because we're going to have a lot of fun with a whole bunch of trading strategies to help us get funded. And the first trading strategy of the day that we're going to do is the straddle. We're going to do nothing until the news comes out. And we're going to go on both sides of the market before the news in both gold and NASDAQ. I'm going to walk you through this strategy in just a minute. It is not a strategy you could do when you're in a funded account, but Apex has got such incredibly lax rules on the pre-funding that you could trade news. And you could actually even trade straddles if you want to. So we're gonna have fun with the strategy. No idea if it's going to work or not, depending on where the volatility is in the market regarding the event. But we're going to go long and short, both gold and NASDAQ, and see if we can get funded in one trade. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how we're going to do this so you guys can have fun. The most important reason is the reason we can do this is because the accounts are literally less than a stack of pancakes. So we don't really have much to lose if it doesn't work, but we have quite a lot to gain because it's going to be a super easy way for us to get to the funded stage quickly. So we're going to try and do that. We're going to use wealth charts for all of our trades today. Wealth charts is a little bit cheaper than Tradeovate, but also because of their fully integrated execution, where we have the chart and the trade and the trading DOM on the same chart, and we can also skip through the accounts right on the same chart. We're going to have basically just two chart layout, NASDAQ and gold, and we're going to be able to do this. So let me walk you through first. I already bought my NASDAQ accounts, but I'm going to buy my gold accounts. My thinking is for gold, we're going to try and use the 25,000 accounts, try to get funded. For NASDAQ, we're going to obviously use 50,000 because we need the extra cushion for the volatility. I'm not sure if it's the right decision to use 25. We probably should be using 50 on gold as well. But this is for fun, and we might as well just enjoy it and see how it goes. So first order of business, we're going to go to Apex. I already logged into my Apex. Just simply hit login. If you already have an account, obviously it's going to go through an authentication for you. If you don't have an account, they'll set you right up. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go to wealth charts. I'm going to buy the 25,000s for my gold. Okay. Very, very simple. The only thing you need to do is just type in BK save, because that's going to give you the biggest discount possible. Hit this. And I think the 25,000 is a whopping $14. I told you it's less than pancakes. All right, I'm going to take the chart off screen because I'm tired of having my credit card stolen every time I'm on air. So bear with me. We're going to just do this off air, off screen. Okay, so I just bought one, right? I just bought one, and you got to do them one by one. And I'm going to do a second one over here. 25,000 wealth charts. Again, I'm going to hit BK save. As I said to you guys, I think you should have at least 5, maybe even as much as 10 accounts in your inventory, because it's going to be useful for you. Okay, again, one more time, I'm going to take the screen off so you guys don't screenshot my credit card. Supply this, subscribe this. And then I'm going to show you how fast those accounts appear, right? So it's 8:05. The news event is at 8:30, right? So, okay, so we're done. So I'm done with Apex. We can close out this tab. Now we can just wait literally for a minute or two, and those $25,000 accounts are going to appear in my drop-down menu as 33 and 34. And we're gonna configure those, and I'm going to configure the NASDAQ. We're going to talk a little bit about the strategy of how we're gonna trade that, and have fun. So the first half hour, we're gonna do nothing but just configure ourselves for the new straddle strategy. Let's take a look at the news while they're configuring the accounts. What the market is looking for, and why is this important? Market is looking for today 0.3 PC. That's not great, but it's not horrible. And the critical question is, the really, really big question is, if it comes in 0.4, because that really puts the pressure on the Fed not to cut rates. And if it comes in at 0.2, then it's to the moon. So if it comes in line, we may not have any kind of real volatility, and the whole thing could be a dud. But even if we have a variance of 1 basis point up or down, we should have a lot of volatility, because it would either completely confirm the market thinking that the Fed is going to cut or not. Now, if the Fed cuts rates, like if it comes in 0.2, that should be moon for gold. Gold should soar, because lower interest rates obviously make gold even more compelling an investment, because gold doesn't have a yield. If it comes in at 0.4, when I say 4, I mean 0.4. It's just shorthand lingo when you're trading. That's going to probably dump gold. I mean, gold has been very, very strong over the last couple of days. We've seen it. I mean, gold is almost at 3,500. But if it comes in at 0.4, I easily think we go to 3,550, maybe even 34.50, 34.25. I mean, we could really dump heavily. So we're going to count on the fact that that there's going to be some reaction one way or the other to the event, and see if we can make hay out of it, right? So let me actually show you. I think we can go into here, and I go into, let me find this, trading, broker portfolio. Oops. No, that's not what I want. Trading, broker portfolio. See if I can dump it over here just for now, underneath here, and see account added right over here. You see how fast that was? And let me see what they did. Yeah, 33 and 34 all added. So that was it. I literally bought this 3 minutes ago. It's one of the great things about wealth charts. They're super, super fast at generating accounts. So you guys have plenty of time between now and 8:30 to do the same if you want to do this. All right, I'm going to get rid of the broker portfolio because I don't need it on my thing. Because the beautiful part is that all of these accounts in wealth charts, are in a drop-down menu. Give me just 1 sec because the boss is bothering me, so I just need to see what she wants from me, and then I will come back to how we're going to configure everything. Okay. So is that clear? Everybody kind of clear. So now, say hello to the boss. Exactly. Now let's just understand how the straddle strategy works, because you got to understand this is a win or die strategy. That means we don't trade with stop losses. And the reason we don't trade with stop losses is because it's going to be you're either going to get blown out on if you're wrong on the position, or you're going to hit target, and that's it. You don't really need it. You kind of staying in the position to win or die. And again, this is a fun strategy. It's only available with Apex because they're so cool about letting you pass the evals, and because they're giving you such ridiculously cheap discounts, it's completely not prohibitive to try. Therefore, the risk of losses is minuscule here. It's like I said, it's a stack of pancakes. If it works, you have a fully funded account, which you can then do something really intelligent with, which is what we're going to do after the event. But beforehand, let's have fun. Let's see if we can get accounts funded doing it the straddle. So just the mathematics of this, right? We're going to first talk about gold, and then we're going to talk about NASDAQ. So for the mathematics of gold, we need $1,500 to pass the test. And our maximum position is 4 contracts, okay? So if we take the maximum position of 4 contracts, it effectively works out to, because each contract is $100 per dollar of movement, right? So $4 of movement, just roundabout, funds you. $4 of movement funds you fully. On the other hand, you got to ask yourself, well, $4 of movement funds me, right? But what if I have like massive slippage beforehand, like how markets will like to pull the trade down and then pull it back up? How much? If I have $4 of target, my actual stop is, when you work out the numbers and the commissions, is about $3.50, maybe $3.6. Is that really enough room to make me comfortable with the straddle? So my thinking, and again, we have no idea how much volatility is going to be in front of us, but my thinking is I generally like to err on the side of caution. So what my thinking is, let's do 3 contracts. So at 3 contracts, we need $5.1 to get us funded. And at 3 contracts at a $1,500 thing, we basically have $4.9 worth of slippage. You know, like we have $4.9 worth of room. It's a pretty good ratio. You could try and do, you know, four and no stop. It basically goes 4 and no stop, 5 and no stop, but the stop is implied. So we're trying to calculate the implied stop on the position. Let's do 3 contracts, right? So first and foremost, make sure that we're doing the correct contract. I'm looking right now at the micro. We're going to go to the full contract, GCZ, which is the December contract. It's the front contract in gold. We're going to choose the first of the 25,000s, which is this one, the 133. And you see how cool it is? It shows you all the stuff over here. And by the way, we can do the exact same thing over here, which I think we're probably going to do it over here because I think it's easier to kind of for everybody to see this. So I'm in the 133 account, right? A $25,000 account. And we're not going to put any stop loss on here. So we're going to just leave it at this. We're going to do three contracts, quantity 3. And if you want to, you can just sort of match this over here too. Go to 3 quantity. Either one of these trading inputs will work. So it's really cool. And we're going to get rid of our stop loss. Again, this is all just for this structure. And we're going to say 50 ticks, which is $5. Actually, we should say 51 just to make commission. So we'll say 51 ticks on this to give us target room close. And we can also match it over here if we want to do that. 51 ticks. All right. And, you know, get ourselves organized. So let's see if that's the right strategy. Maybe I'm being a little bit too cautious. Maybe I should go for 4 and 4 and just do a win or die kind of a shorter strategy. But I think 5 is okay. Let's just, this is for fun. This is, for us to kind of experiment with this stuff, because the cool thing is there's lots of news events every single month. And occasionally when Apex runs these huge discount sales, it's really worth it to give the strategy a shot. So for gold, we basically have the 33 and the 34 account. And the idea here is we're going to go long one, short the other, about 30 seconds before the event happens. So at 8:29:30, we're going to position ourselves in short one, long the other, into position. No. We're going to do NQ is going to be a separate strategy. So this is just gold, right? Now, because it's a matter of each instrument gets different take profit targets and different sizing algorithms. Okay, so now we're going to talk about. Let's go to a new wealth charts. I'm going to log into a new wealth charts tab. And then the other cool thing is, of course, wealth charts let you have multiple tabs, which is what makes it really, really good trading environment. Doesn't matter which account I want to log in, because we're going to switch it all around later. So, and the thing is, each separate tab is going to operate on its own contingency. So in this particular tab, we're going to go to NQU, which is the NQU, which is the NASDAQ September front month, right? Here's the September front month contract. And here, we're going to go to the math. Remember, there's no stops here. There's no stops. There's just targets. And the thing about the target here is we need to make $3,000 to get funded. So first of all, we need to divide that by how much is it per point, and that's $20 a point. So it's like 150 points, quite a lot of points. We're not going to get that reaction, right? But what is a reasonable amount of reaction that I think we could get out of this result? Let's say 40 points, right? We can get 40 points. So if we do 40 points of NASDAQ, right, in this movement, what does that work? So 40 points times 20. Oh, sorry. let's do it this way. 40 times 20 $20 a point. That's $800 per contract, per contract, right? So if we do 4 contracts, that's $3,200. That's more than enough to get us to target. So if we're sort of targeting 40 points, if we are targeting 40 points on this move, which is a reasonable pop or drop on this idea, we're within, I think, reasonable thing. Also, four contracts at $2,500. What's when do we get stopped out? That's the key question, right? $2,500 divided, just a simple one, divided by 80, because each one is $80. It gives us about 30 points of movement, right? So when they drop and pop it, maybe we can survive the 30 points of movement on the move, right? Why not go 10 NQ contracts? The point is that, remember how just before the news they always do a fake drop? This is good. It's a good question. Santiago is asking, why not go the full contract? The answer is because they do a full drop on you, and when they do when they do the fake out drop, they can stop you out, and then it goes your way. So we want to give ourselves just enough room, or at least a reasonable amount of room, where if they fake drop you or fake pop you, we can survive the fake drop, fake pop. That's the answer. Okay, it's the same reason for gold. We're trying to survive the fake pop and the fake drop. Because the markets are not stupid. They're always trying to anticipate your ideas. So we're trying to just allocate. So in this particular case, what we're going to do is we're going to again say no stop, right? And what do we say? 40 points. So is that 80? That's 80 ticks, right? So 80 ticks is more than enough, because that's going to be $3,200. So it's 80 ticks on NASDAQ. Take profit, right? Same thing over here. We'll just do it the same way here. No stop loss. 80 ticks, take profit, right? And obviously, for this one, we're going to trade the 31. It's the 31, 32 contracts that I have. So I'm going to 31 in this tab. First, we're going to do the buys. Then we'll try and do the sells. So in this one, it's 33, 34. So first will be the buys. Then we'll do the sells. What time is it now? It's 8:21. Oh, really? Wally says that if you don't put a stop loss, that's a good. You know what, Wally? Thanks for letting me know. Maybe Wealth Charts has a built-in thing where it doesn't allow you to trade without a stop loss. In which case, then we just put maximum stop loss that we can. Which that's what. Thank you for letting me know that, Wally. I didn't know that Wealth Charts had that thing, because I've never tried this in Wealth Charts. So that wouldn't have been fun if that was true. So what's our stop in 2,500? 2,500 divided by 80 is 31 points. So 31 points times 4. 124 ticks. I actually have the ticks wrong. So 124 ticks on this, and so it's not 51 ticks on this. It's 50 points times 4, 200 ticks. Okay. So, no. Sorry, I'm on gold. I'm on gold. Okay, that's a good thing we have some time. So gold is $51 to the upside on 3, and 50 ticks to the downside. That's what we're going to do. 50 ticks to this, and then we're going to go over here. We'll make it 51.50. Okay, So at least, that's going to, let's just do 49 just to make sure that it's within, within whatever rules Wealth Charts has. So that's 49 ticks on this, right? That's kind of like even money on gold. On NASDAQ, it's actually 100. It's 20 ticks per 10 points, and we're looking for, am I right? Hold on a second. 40 points times 4, it's 160 ticks. Yeah, 160 ticks. And we have 30 points or 31 points of stoppage. 31 times 4 is 124 ticks. 124 ticks. So you guys can see this, 124. Okay, same thing over here, just in case we need to do this. It's 124 ticks, and it's 160. So we're configuring them for the maximum stop that's allowed to us, just to make sure that we have a stop attached to the product. And we're going to give ourselves obviously just 30 seconds of entry. Pretty much at 1 minute to go, I'm going to place my gold trades first, and then we're going to place my NASDAQ trades second. And hopefully this will put us on the board, and then we'll let us stay through the volatility stage, right? All right, John says that he traded without a stop loss and Wealth Charts. Let's be careful. We don't need to mess up the strategy, because there may be some kind of a fail-safe rule in there that they put in. It's fine. This is immaterial because the stop loss is the maximum stop loss. What's really critical here is the take profit. Can we get the take profit, right? Remember, it's a do or die strategy, so it's that's the whole essence of it. So this is my gold. Just make sure we have everything right. 51.49 over here, 51.49, right? And we have two gold trades. We have the 33 and the 34 accounts. Okay, those are the two accounts. So 33, I'm going to be a buyer. 34, I'll be a seller. Then I'm going to switch over to NASDAQ. And for NASDAQ, we set up 31, 32, right? Accounts. And here it's 160.24 on both, 160.24. And so we're going to do, for NASDAQ, 31 will be the buy. Then I'm going to switch down to 32, and that'll be a sell. And that'll be let's configure this. Shoot, we didn't configure the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, we said we needed 4 contracts. Wow, that was good that we missed that. So this is why I want to take the half hour before event. Why can't I do 4? Okay, we're going to do 4 here. Okay. So we have 4 contracts on NASDAQ. So this gives, now we have like everything set up with a couple of minutes to go. That's 124 ticks for NASDAQ. I'm showing 124 ticks for NASDAQ. Okay. So let's see if that works. And again, we're having fun. We all know that this is do or die, but it's fun. If it works, it's awesome. If it doesn't work, it's very little skin off our game, and then we can go back to trading the real setups and everything else. But the straddle as a news idea is kind of a lot of fun, right? So what do we have here? We're going to go to here. We have 243 on core PCE. When this starts to get down to 1 minute, I'm going to switch over to the Wealth Charts and start placing my trades, and then we'll just go from there and see what happens. These targets are all in. You guys can literally see them. I'm showing you right here. Look at the chart. Okay, 59, 40, 49, 51 ticks 49, and for NASDAQ 160, 124. Doing all of this off of Wealth Charts. So again, gold trades first, NASDAQ trades second. Let's see what happens. $1.55 to go. So at around 1, we're going to do this. So I've repeated this. I can't type, guys, because I can either trade or I can, type. So let's do trading. You guys, I've said this to you 100 times. I'm happy to repeat this. You're capable yourself of setting 51.49 on gold, 160, 124 on NASDAQ, 160, 124 NASDAQ, 51.49. I am a horrible typist. I don't want to screw up my strategy just because you guys can't remember the numbers. $1.13 on the clock. $103, $101, $102. Okay, so let's go to gold, and we're going to buy the first 133s, and we're going to go to 134, and we're going to sell. Okay, so now, and then we're going to go to NASDAQ. We're going to buy the 131s, and then we're going to sell the 132s. And now we're in both trades, and now we got a few minutes, few seconds to go. And when the event hits, we got we're just going to watch the price action. It's not even really doesn't matter what the numbers are. We're just going to watch the price action and see what happens. We can watch it on trading view. We can watch it on here. We can might as well watch it on charts here. And again, it could be nothing. It could be nothing, right? The event could be sort of same, and then there's just no reaction. Oh, we're popping. So we're popping a couple of moves. Which one is the 33s? It's the long one. It's 26, almost there. 26. So this is like the key thing here. Do you are we going to get funded? 26.5 is what we need. Oh, it looks like we got funded on NASDAQ. Is that down? Sorry. Let me see what happened on NASDAQ. Hold on, guys. So it looks like I got funded on NASDAQ for something. I can't tell. Let me go to or maybe I got stopped out on both of them. Let's see what happened to this one. Oh, no, NASDAQ is filled, right? NASDAQ is done. So this one is funded. The 131 is done. The 133 is not done. What's going on over here in 133? I don't know what happened to my golds. I'm really confused here. Bottom line is one of these things worked. The NASDAQ actually worked. The 131 on NASDAQ is funded. It's 53,197. That worked, right? NQ just got funded. So people who traded NQ with me that got funded, that was the right size, the right thing. Let me just go look into my broker accounts, and where's my trading broker portfolio? Let's look at what happened. Oh, it's 133. Oh, why is this? That's weird. All accounts. Oh, it's still floating. I guess it's like not quite funded on 133. So you know what I'm going to do? Since it's not funded, I'm going to flatten this out. And we're going to try and trade that as a it's close to target. We'll try to trade it normally, because the whole idea was it's going to react and it's going to fund us, or it's going to blow us out, or it's going to get close. So here we got like almost $1,000 worth of profit on an account that would have taken us much longer to get a profit. So fine, let's kind of just organize and see what's going on all these accounts. So just to review, where are all my accounts at this point, right? I have, so these are the PAs are the funded accounts. The 109 account is 24,000. It's a $25,000 account. The 116 account is an account that we've been trading for funding. It's a 50,000. The 131 has already been funded, and the 133 is 25,800. We need 26,500. So we can work that for the next day or two to see if we can get that funded. But it's definitely made it a lot easier for us to get funded on this account. So here's gold, and this is the gold account. I know for some reason it said exit long here. I guess it's weird. We had the move. What was the move? 67. It's really weird. Maybe it was just very, very slow execution. I mean, we should have probably gotten funded on gold too, but there was just a lot of slippage as I'm looking at this. And that's par for the course, right? So the point being is, here we go. We spent $50 altogether. One of the accounts was already funded, so it's already worth funded in one single trade. And then the other account is like 2/3 towards getting funded, and we can now try to work it in our real trading strategy and get that worked out. Now, the single most important thing to remember is that once you fund the account, so once you go to this 131, right? Do not touch it. Do not trade it, because the thing is, it keeps trading. If you just keep trading this, it's not like they freeze the account. They only freeze the account at the end of the day. So do not touch this fucking account as if your life depended on it. Because if you make a trade in this account and it goes against you, you don't get funded. You lose that. It doesn't automatically cross the line. It has to cross the line by the end of the day. So very, very important not to do that. So leave the 131 alone, or whatever account got funded for you. And basically, we have 220. We can work the 133 on this account, and just have fun with it on regular basis. So we're going to go down to just one contract. We're going to create our proper structures. So this was interesting. I mean, the thing, why it was interesting, because I was hesitant on gold, on saying, oh, let me be cautious. And at the back of my mind, I was like, you shouldn't be cautious on gold. Gold is not going to go 5. It's probably going to go 4. Had I done 4 on 4 size, we probably would have funded on gold. But this is the first time we've done it, so it's kind of interesting to see it happen. But regardless, it was really a lot of fun. I'm glad everybody who traded NASDAQ, and of course NASDAQ is my favorite contract. NASDAQ is awesome to get funded on. So now we're going to go back to our real strategy, which is we're going to trade 832s, right? On gold. I'm going to show you a really, really fun idea to trade on gold in one of the accounts. I wonder if I should do this on this one. You know what? Let's do it on this one. So I showed this to my coaching yesterday, but today is just going to be a fun day, guys. Let's, we can trade our A setups and our B setups. We do those Monday through Thursday. Friday is a bullshit day anyways. We got a long weekend. Let's have fun. Okay. You guys really want to have fun with me? You want to have total degenerate trading fun with me today? If you give me a yes, if I get, we're going to do a poll. And if the poll says yes, we're just going to have degenerate fun with me today. Okay. Degenerate fun today. If I get 50 votes and the yeses beat the nos, we'll do this. We'll have a lot of fun. I'm going to show you how we can just going to go nuts on this 25,799 and see if we can get that close to target. And we're going to actually trade this on MNQ, my favorite contract. I guarantee you guys are going to be very. There will not be a boring moment when we trade this. Okay, so let me just do the brackets over here. So in MNQ, just to show you, the brackets are going to be, what is this? I want 20, or do I want 3? I want 12. We're going to go really hardcore. And the stop loss is going to be like 100. Don't worry about the stop loss. So we're going to use one micro contract, one micro contract. And the target is going to be 12 ticks, 3 points. The stop loss will be 100 ticks, way behind. But don't worry, that's not going to be the actual stop loss. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you the strategy. And this is a really, really fun strategy, and this is a good way for us to run the 25,000 account today. Okay, and then if we have good quality trades, we'll take those quality trades as well. But it might as well have a lot of fun. So the idea behind what I'm about to show you has to do with everything. Let's see. The degenerates are definitely winning. Okay, everybody wants to have degenerate fun today. Let's do a little bit more votes. I want to see 50 votes on degenerate fun. Okay. Absolutely. Go do it. And then I'm going to tell you one other thing. So first of all, you guys know that if you want to do coaching with me, right over here, I'm going to put the link in here. If you want to do coaching with me, I will literally buy you. If you sign up today, I'm going to buy you 5 $50,000 accounts on Apex. You're going to get 5 free accounts on Apex, right? But I also said, hey, I'm going to give away free accounts. So the only 2 conditions you need for me to give away 5 free accounts is if you buy at least 5 accounts on Apex, just send me a screenshot. Hey, I bought 5 accounts today, and you have a PayPal account and you have a PayPal email address. Obviously, I'll send you $20 so you can go buy more. I can go buy more. So if you do that today for me, you can send that over to obviously contact@bktraders.com. It's good. It's good this through the holiday weekend. If you guys want to do that, I'm happy to give you money for a free account. Okay. All right. Let me just get rid of the spammers over here. Wait, hold on a second. I want to get rid of this guy. How the fuck did I get rid of this guy? Oh, hold on. All right, still not enough votes. I want to see more votes. Go vote. I'm not showing you the degenerate trades until we get the votes. Who's this guy? Trump Thomas. Okay. Well, Dr. D is in Hawaii. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Come on. You guys on Twitter, get your asses over here and vote on YouTube. Until I get to 50 votes, I'm not doing it. Okay. Any issues with well charts is a question to their support. Just say, hey, I'm working with Boris's thing. He gave me this layout. Explain to me why it's not working. They'll explain. I have no idea. I have no idea why it doesn't work. I don't run the platform. I just code for it. So they have great support for that. So that's the story. All right, let's have fun. I'm gonna open up the first trade. We're gonna buy market on NASDAQ micro lot 3. Where's my thing here? Where's my position? Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong thing. Let me just do this. M and Q U. So, there we go. So that the first micro scalp made. Now, this strategy that I'm doing with you, I should be doing it from over here, but I'm sort of cheating a little bit. I'm going to explain to you exactly what I'm doing. All right, we're getting up there. Almost to 50 votes. I want to see 50 votes on the degenerate part. Degenerates are definitely, it's a 90 to 10 degenerate Friday fun today. So Who are the Puritans over here that are voting no? Don't worry, I'll satisfy you too. I'll give you good qualities setup trades too. Okay, so the strategy is incredibly interesting and simple, and it's actually kind of like, in some ways, it looks like it's a very negative risk reward strategy, but it's actually the opposite. It's high reward, low risk strategy when you look at it from a really, really big point of view. But the idea is this: what I said to you, the single most important thing in trading for us in scalping is the slope of the short-term moving average. I'm going to buy it again. I'm buying it again. Okay, the candle just closed. I put in another entry. And second entry made target, right? So we just made another target. So, and I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. The idea is we buy on candle close, 2-minute candle close, every candle as long as the slope stays green. The moment the slope turns red, whatever inventory we have left, we blow out the whole inventory. We wait, and if the slope turns red, we go the other way around. And you absolutely get chopped up in choppy markets, right? But not very much. That's what I wanted to tell you. I mean, yes, you have like a 100 tick stop, but your actual loss is 10 ticks. Because remember, it's turning red. It's only 10, 15 ticks away from your original entry when it's turning red. So you're not losing hundreds of dollars when you're getting rid of your inventory on a turn. But this is where the money comes in. The money really, really piles up. As you can see, it starts just very, very quickly over here. It piles up if you have an hour-long downward trend, like over here. You short here, every single candle that you're short eventually hits profit. So you literally have 30, 40, 50 positive trades that just, put money in your bank. Then you get a little bit, you lose a little bit over here, and then you just start putting money back in your bank. So if you believe like I do, and I'm looking at NASDAQ right now, and we're going to trade NASDAQ as our primary thing, that we're going to have sustained short-term trend moves. I don't care whether up or down. If they're going to be sustained, and by sustained, I mean longer than 20 minutes, then almost every single inventory position I have should be third position, third scalp to my thing. Now I'm trading this. I'm just showing you this to you on micro lots, right? It is absolutely imperative that you trade it on super small lots, not because you can't trade it on a big position, but because you need to get really comfortable and convinced that this really works. If you're really convinced, you can use the exact same bet a bunch, have a hunch, bet a bunch type of strategy. Basically, you can go to mini lots. And then literally, right now we made like, 20, 30 bucks. On the mini lots, this would be a $200 move already. Within an hour, it's very, very conceivable. If you have an hour worth of green sloping or red sloping, you're at $1,000 to $1,500 in net profits on a position. And then then you need to walk away. The hardest part of all of this is, of course, you need to walk away. But the fun part is that as long as you have the slope in your direction, you're just trading the slope. Nothing else matters. Don't worry about the dots. If the dot is red, if the candle is red, but the slope is green, just keep buying. Keep buying. Let the market take you out. Because what you're doing basically is you're just letting market take out small profits every time it goes up. And if you believe that ultimately this market may go up to, by the way, what the hell was the news? We didn't even look at the news. 3. No, where is it? Oh, wait, what happened? Why didn't this? Blah 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 blah. 3. So it was in line. It was relatively positive. Income was pretty good. Spending was pretty good in line. Wholesale inventories were down. I mean, like it's all, it's not like it's great news, but it's definitely not terrible news, right? And therefore, that allows us to really, really trade this well. So, oh shit, I forgot to enter this. Sorry. All right, we'll enter here on the I'm late. I'm took my eye off the ball. Now, actually, as I'm looking at this, right, you see that the slope is turning a little bit red. This is the other important thing is if this candle closes on a red slope, I'm just going to blow it out. I'm just going to exit this position. I'm going to hit flat. Unfortunately, I didn't have to because now I made another target. But as I'm watching this, what you see is you got to watch the slope, right? Let me see this really, really fast. The slope is red now. So therefore, there's no more buying. Right now, what I want to see is either the slope is going to reconfigure itself back to green, or it's clearly topping. I'm going to watch it a little bit, and I want a candle or two of establishment. And if we establish a red slope, I'm going to start shorting it to the short side, right? Why was I thought the PCE was 3. Why is it? It's the same. It's not lower than expected. It was in line. So for those of you guys who are coming in late, you missed us getting funded in one single trade on NASDAQ and working the gold account, which now we're trading NASDAQ on this 25,000 account, 3/4 of the way towards funding on this. And now we're just using micro lots to just degenerately trade ourselves. Very good, guys. You broke the 50s. Let's go for 100 on this. I want to see 100 degenerates in the room today. 91% are into degenerate trading with me. We made four winners in the last 10 minutes scalping NASDAQ, and we can do more. Okay. Maybe maybe I'll take it up a notch after about an hour, and maybe we'll trade full mini lots for hundreds of dollars a minute just to really keep in spirit for Degenerate Friday. So it met expectations. Yeah. That's right. Tom says we have U of M at 10, which will be fun, but that's not going to be, we're not going to trade that as an event because that's like a 10-point move or 20-point move one way or the other. But we can definitely have fun with it too, as a U of M event. Where this really, Claudio, are you talking about the method that I'm doing right now? Are you asking me what my little degenerate trading right now? Right? Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to take just 3 points out of every single possible trade. Right now, it's 45 seconds left. The slope has turned red. I don't give a shit that the candle is green. I don't care about anything. The only thing I care about is the slope is red. Now, if the slope stays red, I'm going to be selling 1 micro with a 3-point target and no stops, or like 100-point stop. Doesn't matter. The stop's going to be way behind me. And I'm going to just hold that position until one or two things going to happen. The slope is going to turn green, and I'm going to stop myself out, or it's going to hit my profit. The slope just turned green, so nothing. No. Now we just have to wait again. I want to see an establishment of what we're doing. So the market continues to be relatively green slope. So I'm going to buy this. The slope has stayed green, so I'm staying on the side of the slope. And the whole idea is I'm going to try to win on almost every single candle. Imagine that there is 30 2-minute candles on a 1-hour chart. And imagine that in 1 hour, the slope remains green. That means 60 NASDAQ points that I'm going to try and go for in just 1 hour. And if I'm trading the large NASDAQ contract, that is $1,200. Okay. Now that's not how life is never going to give you that easy money. You're going to eat losses on chop situations. But the point being is especially after news, we generally have, here's my position. Where am I? Let me put you on where's my position? Here we go. Here's my position. Now you guys can watch it on the ladder, so it's much easier for you. This is the great thing about well charts. You can now watch the whole position. on the ladder. And Claudia, you can see this visually. So I'm in at 62. I'm looking to just take out 65. And if it takes me out at 65, then this is like the fifth or the sixth trade that I've captured in the last 15, 20 minutes, because I'm trading essentially with the slope. Okay. That makes sense to you? Are you starting to understand what I'm trying to do? This is like absolutely pure scalping with the short-term trend, right? If you really want to be super careful, then you wait until the short-term trend breaks above the big-term trend, and you only trade then. But we don't need to. I mean, there's plenty of money to be made just trading the short-term trend, irrespective of where the 200-period SMA is, because this is about making very quick, short moves in the direction of where the prices want to go now, right? So what I'm doing is I'm surfing the waves of price and just skimming those waves. And then if the ocean turns around, I'm diving. I'm the fuck out. I'm off the surfboard and I'm swimming back to shore. Okay. I'm not sitting there waiting to be capsized by the different move, and then I'm changing my direction. Souls is saying he's being, conservative, keeping no more than 3 positions on this. That's fine. I kept, during Asia, I had like 5 or 6. And then, it's one of the cool things is that if you kind of build up the positions and they just all boom, they just all blast through and get done. This is not a strategy without risk, which is why I'm trading it on a micro level. But it is a strategy that if you find yourself in a 1 hour or 2 hour trend condition, it's a strategy that is incredibly lucrative, especially if you increase size. I'm actually doing it on a very, very small size to just show you the mechanics. So this is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the fifth scalp of this particular cycle, that we made, right? That we made, and we're just simply staying in the trade. And by the way, I would have been. Oh no, I guess this was it. Now I came in over here. I was going to say I thought there was another candle that I could have taken. I take it every single candle. If I'm in a position and the position is open, and I'm coming a little bit late here. Let's just do this. Okay, bye. All right, the slope is still green. Okay, the slope is still green, and until it changes itself, I'm just going to keep doing this until it tells me that I'm red and I need to get out of all my positions. And all I got to do with NASDAQ, with wealth charts, is to hit the flatten button, and it's going to get me out of all my positions. Oh yeah, no, for sure. If you're doing it with minis, probably 3 at the same time is about the most you can do, because you could build up like a massive position that could go wrong against you. The take profit is just 3 NASDAQ points, just 12 ticks. It's a super quick take profit. I was using 5, but then I just started using 3s just to really. The whole idea here is there's 2 ways to make leverage in any world, right? So one typical way to make leverage that everybody always thinks about is you take $1, you borrow 100, and you trade with that 100, right? That's what everybody does. 10 NASDAQ contracts against $2,000 worth of margin, right? So 10 points moves against me and I blow out my whole position, right? That's one way to create leverage. That's what everybody uses, right? But think about the idea of taking $10,000. So you have $10,000, you leverage it 10 to 1, you're trading 100,000, it goes 1% against you, you blow out. But what if you took $10,000 and you traded it for profit 10 times? That's the exact same thing. That's the exact same thing as having 10 to 1 leverage, but at 10,000. You know where I got that idea from, actually? Keep going up. Just keep on. I'm just degen this until it tells me no. Okay. Where I got this idea, where I got the idea of using inventory turnover. That's really what we're doing. Is we're doing inventory turnover. We're in position. We're getting rid of inventory. Boom, it's coming back again. I got that idea from, you'll never guess from where? From Zara. Who knows Zara? You guys know the fast fashion store Zara? Where's my position here? Oh, here I am. I'm at 66.75. 975 is the target. Does everybody know Zara? Throat, the indicator that I'm using is the one that I wrote myself. It's proprietary. The only way you're going to be able to get it and be able to trade with me is through my coaching. Go hit this link. Go get my coaching. You're going to get it for 6 months, and you will have the indicator and all of my secrets, and you'll be able to pass all your eval tests and get funded, as almost all my coaching students do. We just had a session. We have a session every Thursday. We trade live. Everybody uses the indicator. That's the beauty of the whole thing, right? Go out there. And if you do this, as I said, I will buy you 5 free $50,000 Apex accounts if you get my coaching today. So go out there, everybody who I'm talking to right now, get the coaching, okay? It might come back down, and we'd have to get out of it. But anyways, so back to Zara, just sort of like to make you understand why inventory turnover is a very, very powerful strategy. I don't know if you guys notice, but the guy who owns Zara never gives interviews, never talks to the press. He's literally one of the richest men in the world, in one of the most competitive businesses in the world, where literally you're trading for pennies, right? Which is retail, fashion, fast fashion. And his whole idea was, let's flip the store's inventory every 2 to 3 weeks. We sell everything out every 2 to 3 weeks. And that is how the guy has just made billions upon billions of dollars, because he uses the same $1 million worth of capital, and he flips it over 20 times a year. Now he's got a $20 million revenue rate against the $1 million worth of capital. Whereas all the other idiots spend $15 million worth of capital, and they only flip their inventory once every 4 or 5 months, and they're stuck at a huge amount of capital for the same amount of revenue. So now he can run 20 stores for the same price that somebody else is running 1 store for. That's the exact same idea. It's just inventory turnover. So super, I'm using super small sizes, but obviously you can use larger sizes against this. The key thing that is very cool about this is risk, right? Because remember, in our other strategies, we sometimes add to the position. We have very, very large stops that we actually run all the way to the end of the stops. Like here, if this thing turns red, we're going to be out maybe minus 10 points, right? Minus 15 points, whatever it is. But we, sometimes run our stops at 20 points, and then we double those positions. So, we run much bigger stop variances because we have to, because our trades are static. Our trades are based upon a snapshot of a setup and its work, and they work really well. And the A setups, the B setups, they all work really well. But this is a different way of thinking about it. And yes, I absolutely want to just disclose that you're going to get destroyed if we're going to go red, green, red, green, red, green for like an hour. It absolutely sucks. Chop is the enemy of trend, and this is a trend-based strategy. By the way, red slope over here. So I'm going to, if this thing comes down, what do I have? Big buck 32. This slope stays red on the close of this candle. I will be flattening out. I have just one little position on this trade. I've killed 5 or 6 positions on this thing. But if it goes against me, I'm just watching the slope. The slope is the only thing that matters, because it's the fastest, earliest warning system to tell me that prices may be changing, not changing, but may be changing, right? All right, so we'll see where this takes me. And we're always obviously waiting for the candle close, because we want to make sure that it's a legitimate red slope, not just a fake out move, because they'll probe it, they'll test it, they'll do all sorts of things to it. I've used it, and Santiago is asking me. He's Spanish. We're gonna Google him, because he's I think one of the most underrated businessmen in the world. See, like the slope stays green, right? Slope stays green. They're testing it, but the slope stays green. We don't move until the slope goes red. 17 seconds left. We don't move. Actually, what time is it? Oh no, it's 9:05. Okay, it's like I was gonna try to clear the deck before the market open, but we'll give it like another 5-10 minutes. Actually, slope turns red. I'm gonna flatten it out. Slope just turned red. I'm gonna flatten out the position. We're in good shape on this scalping expedition, and we're gonna wait. Now we're gonna wait. The reason we're gonna wait until the market open is precisely because we want to avoid the pre-market chop around, which happens from 9 to 9:30, right? And lots of countervailing movement. The best times to sort of ask yourself, when is the best time for this kind of strategy? So yes, this is the European Open. Somebody was asking me, I traded this European Open. It was awesome. It was like really, really clear, right? If you were up from like 3 a.m, if you traded this red slice, 320 to basically 430, this was like 20 positions, all of them TP'd. This is if you were doing a micro, this was $150 in an hour. If you're doing a mini, this was $1,500 in an hour. And yeah, you were never in a position where you were holding more than 3, because you would, the trade would TP, and then you'd clear the deck. Trade would TP and you clear the deck. Like this is the perfect setup. It doesn't happen all the time, of course. If it did, we'd never have to work for a living again. But what you're trying to do is you want to isolate this particular segment, and then you're in just really good shape. You want to isolate these relatively decent segments. Now here you had a contra segment. You may have made a couple of trades here, and then you would have stopped. Basically, this would have been break even. Whatever you made profit here, you would have stopped yourself on the reversal, made a little bit more money, right? Then you would have stopped yourself here on a reversal, and then you would have made all money over here. And that's just how it goes. You have to. What you're basically going to do is you're going to lose a little bit of money, or basically stay flat on these chops. And then when you finally get the big moves, which obviously you don't have here, but this is the news. When you get the big moves, then you start to really, all you need is like one good hour. It's like, I just need one good hour of continuity, and that everything else sort of either pays for itself or just marginally profitable. But this like one good hour from 12 to 1 makes my day. One good hour. Just think about that, how cool that is. Just one good hour of focus makes your day. This is yesterday. So this is yesterday's price action, right? We're going to look at this today. This is yesterday's after the I think the open. But at around 9:44, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to see where's the switch, and the switch here worked like a charm. We could have traded this for easily on a mini basis for $500-600, and we're going to do that today. We'll trade it on a mini basis today, since we broke my vote total. And everybody still wants to be degenerate, so we'll have a good time, and we'll trade it on the large account for that size, which will be fun. What's going on over here? I must have screwed up my. Sorry, I must have screwed up my content. All right, so again, back to what I was telling you guys. What do? We went to wealth charts. We bought the 50s. Buy the 50s. Put in your BK save code, and the 50s, I think, are like $15, $16. They're really ridiculous. $16. Buy the 50s. Those to me are the perfect ones. 5 of them, and you'll be really happy. 10 of them, you'll probably be even happier. But you don't need to. I'm not. unless you're really, really going to get insane, you don't need 10. But 5 will really set you up comfortably for this month to be able to trade all of September with me on, my A quality setups. And then, of course, on all, degenerate ways if you want to do it degenerate ways. Yeah, Trade of 8 is a little bit more expensive, just marginally more expensive. That's why I showed you wealth charts, because I like especially the as you can see the what do you call it, the degenerate. We can call this the degenerate scalping strategy is really good on wealth charts because you can you have the ladder, the buttons, everything is just so it's there for you to be able to execute this thing right away. Oh man, thank you, Andres. Thank you so much. Where are you from, my friend? Nice of you to say that. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the stream on stream, so I'm gonna. Yeah, it's really, really, really unbelievable deal. As 8 Figures tells you, go out there. Sorry, Souls. I'm losing your thread. 6 contracts open at the same time, but with a TP $3. No, it's not $3. The TP is 3 points. That's $6. $3 is just too little. No, you're not gonna, you can't even on a, you need to have it's basically honestly to do this you can do this on a micro to have fun and to say, hey, let me see if I can make $150 in this hour, just sort of small. Or you can do it on the mini with obviously much greater risk reward situations, but you can still make, a ton of money. And by the way, the more I think about this, even for the funded accounts, as long as you are comfortable understanding that if you're doing this on the mini, you're going to be clipping $300-400 losses, right? Like when you're in chop, you might have to eat $300-400 losses. But then remember, in the next hour, you can make back 1,000. That's kind of how you have to think about this. I'm going to have a $300-400 loss in chop. I'm going to try to go for $1,000 win in trend. In a perfect world, I'm just going to trade the one trend hour that I think is legitimate, and just going to make my 1,000 and walk away. It's kind of a lot of fun to do this way. Or we can do the oh, that's great, man. It's on my to-do list to visit. Are you a Milei fan? Are you a Javier Milei fan? I hope so. You're a capitalist. You want to trade. He's my hero. Yeah. So we're not gonna trade any ABC setups for a while until probably U of Michigan. So the way I'm going to divide the trade, we're going to just do degenerate trading today. So we're not gonna do A quality setups, B quality setups today. Until U of Michigan goes by, because we'll just everybody wants to have fun. We'll degenerate trade this. I'm just waiting until the market opens. Although, as you can see, we could have already had a couple of nice clean wins here on the slope, because the slope changed red. We could have come here, could have come here. All of those things would have worked nicely. So yeah, exactly. We love Milei. All right. Viva Argentina. Seriously, it's 1/10. A micro is 1/10. So 1 point on the mini, the regular NASDAQ, is $20. So we're trading for 3 points. It's a $60 trade, right? You make 10 of those trades in an hour at $600. That's just kind of like the numbers. On the micros, it's 1/10. So you make 10 of those, you make $60, right? You're trading for pennies. But there's two things about it. One, it's a pretty consistent way. Like if you're first of all, if you're trading your funded accounts, it's a really good way to make a couple $100 in your funded account every day with really high degree of confidence, right? Because you are, you're really, really controlling your risk. And if you want to grow your funded account, let's say, you're not looking to be a pig and try to get paid out in 8 days on your funded account and therefore lose your funded account. You're looking to really make your funded account a permanent income stream for yourself that pays you out every month, every 6 weeks or so, that's a good way of doing it, because you are absolutely going to be able to accrete slowly on the thing with micros. Or you could be, I'm a pig. I want to get paid out in 8 days. I'm going to go minis. I'm going to try to make $600 a day. What is it? 5 days, you're at 3,000. You're in good shape too. You can do a whole bunch of stuff this way. I know, my friend. I'm telling you, Fabio. Socialists have got to go everywhere. And I'm hoping that they're all going to be expelled out of all of the European capitals, and we come back to sanity. I am totally with you. And I used to be a socialist myself, and I have completely changed my opinion. So I think there's nothing worse than a socialist at this point as far as societal ills go. So yeah, I agree with you. Oh, really? You having fun, Dr. G? Dr. G, I think you have a dopamine problem. I think the D stands for dopamine, my friend. Dr. D loves to trade, so he's just for him. This is like honey. What is it? Candy for a child, right? He just loves this. Yeah, you could do minis for evals, micros for that. You could also do mix and match. Like you have to go. You can go 5. You can go 5 minis, which I think is a reasonable thing for funded without really. I think if you're trading 5s and you get into chop, let's say you're long like 5 or 6 inventories, and you get out like, well, let's just do the math. Let's not guess, right? Since we're waiting a little bit until we're waiting until the market open to kind of come back and start trading, and then we're going to start trading a little bit larger size. So let's do the math. Where am I at? So let's imagine the worst case scenario. You're stuck at around, you got like 6 inventoried at 5 micros, and let's say 20 point stop. So, Jesus Christ. Now I got to multiply all this out. So it's 5 micros. Each point is worth $2. And we got 6 of them. Really? It's no. Sorry. It's 6 micros. Each point is worth $2, and we're down 20 points. Yeah, that's more like it. So it's about $240 that you're eating. That's really, if you think about this, we eat that on a single trade all the time. We're eating $300 on a single trade. So if you got 6 or 7 bunched up on a half, that's actually really not bad. It's much better risk control than I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? The only problem, I'll say this, you have to understand how the markets work. It's not like, the one thing I like about doing single contract is single contract always gets done. If you got 5, you get a few stranded. Some of them will leave. Although honestly, I've been trading, 5 or 6. Remember, if you're trading 5 at a time and then you build up a position of 5s, then it's going to be a much bigger. No, I did this wrong. I did this fucking wrong. This was on a single contract. This is a single micro. This is what a single micro could blow you up on. If you were doing this, if you had 5 micros, this would be 1,000. You'd be $1,000 against you. So that would really that does argue for your point that you don't want to inventory more than 3 at a time. You probably don't want to inventory. In other words, you don't want to hold more than 3 open positions at a time, because once you build up a really big position, I did a very extreme case. You're not going to be down 20 points. You're going to be down 10 points, but still, it's legit. It's legit to say that maybe you don't want to hold more than four inventories at the same time. Although you notice that in North America, I didn't have to hold any. Every single trade was basically getting done, resolved on the next candle, and I keep going. I did not have to hold a lot of inventory. But that's a good point. Look, this is just a fun strategy that I kind of came up with. It's for us now to really, really refine it to full completion. But it definitely could work. Yes, it does, Jose. It's 6 months, but then after that, I'm going to give you a lifetime deal. So, so you can, it's 6 months to get you interested. And if you think it's worthwhile, then you get to keep it. So there will be a deal. Don't worry. Yeah, no, I agree. So you're gonna get chopped out, which is probably all the more reason where where you're saying that 3 at a time, just let that work, and if it doesn't work, go the other way. Probably makes more sense. But I do think that those are kind of extreme cases. I did not like I was trading today. I got stuffed on 2 or 3 at a time. And they were like $30, $40 losses because it was really like 5. It was 5 points. Because when the slope changes, you're only like 5 points away from the actual entry for most of them. Yeah. Counter trend most of the time is worth, but remember, this is a counter trend on the news. This is what I was going to tell you. When do we get the strongest continuation trend ideas? Post-news, right? That's why doing this post-news was kind of lucrative. It's not like you can't do this sort of, out of thin air. You need a catalyst. If you have a catalyst that is resonating in the marketplace where people's attention is focused on that catalyst, then you have a reasonable supposition of duration, because all we need is duration. Catalyst creates duration. Duration creates profits. It's really what it's all about. Right. And I honestly, I don't know. I don't know what I don't have slippage because you're always exiting on limit. So there's no slippage. You're exiting on limit. You're entering market, exiting on limit. I didn't have any slippage on any of my stuff. All my positions exited limit. Remember, when it flushes up or flushes down in your direction, all of your limits get done. That's exactly what was happening to me, in Asia. I wonder if I can, I think hang on a second. Let me see if I can pull this up and maybe you guys can see it. Hang on. Let me, because I did a few trades on this. Okay. So let's go to MN. Is this MNQ? Yeah, micros. Let's go to this. Settings. Execution marks. Okay, it's hard to see because it looks. The problem is it looks like a St. Valentine's Day massacre. But you see this. Well, I was trading this little red slice, right? And when you see like 5 or 6 arrows over here, like it can get this bigger. You see like these massive arrows. These are all limit exits. This is I inventoried all this position. Boom, 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 boom. The whole position got done. Then I inventoried the whole position. The position gets done the other way, right? So you can just see it. It just gets so there's so many marks on the chart that it's hard to see it, but you get the general idea. I'm coming in over here, and all of this gets done over here on the limit, right? So that's how that would work on our structure. All right, what we're gonna do? Let's have fun. We're gonna go. Where's my 50 account? We can actually do this. I'm doing this on NASDAQ, but we could probably do this on the Dow. I kind of like the Dow is a little bit smaller. I think this is the right. It's the right mix for dopamine addicts. We're gonna do it's the 116. Here you go, the 116 account. We're gonna let's just only hope. I only hope that the Dow has movement today. Let's hope it's not a really shitty trade today. Let's try YMU. We'll have fun with that. What time is it? It's I'm waiting for the market to open. And so the cool thing with the Dow is, we're trading for 12 ticks for NASDAQ. I think we could probably trade for, is it $25? Yeah, maybe 5. We'll trade for 5 ticks with the Dow, right? So let's have fun with this. We're going to go Dow, one contract. This is the mini Dow, because it's like a little more meaningful, because it's like, we're going to trade $25 trades for 5 ticks, as long as the slope stays in our direction. Dow is actually Dow is positive bid, but red slope right now as the market is about to open up. Let's reorganize ourselves on the Dow. YMU. September. And it's the 116 account. We'll trade here. And again, what we're going to do here is just we're going to go 5 ticks. This is going to be super. 5 ticks, 100 ticks. It really doesn't matter. Same thing over here. Because we're just going to try to get 5 points done over and over again in a Dow, which should be very easy. Well, famous last words, right? Against 100 tick. And just have fun with a Dow. That's a I think it's a the other cool thing is that we can with a Dow we can just join, like if we're buyers we can just join bid, join ask, and that gives us a little bit better execution parameters, and we can trade that more fun. YM is a dopamine dampener. That's right. That's right. So in all of the neurology biology literature that I'm reading, they say it's okay, to have your little dopamine hits, but you got to contain them. You can't, it's the intensity. That was the thing. Okay, so this is how you know you're an addict. It's the intensity, the duration. There was a third variable, but whatever it is. So YM is lower intensity than NQ, and that's what that's why we're using that. We're dampening our dopamine hits. Oh, look at this, man! The poll is really getting up there. Welcome, guys. It's almost 5 minutes to the open. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna trade for about an hour on the open. We're gonna scalp the Dow in this degenerate way that I have just did with the Nasdaq. This is a $50,000 account against the E-mini Dow, which is $5 a point. We're going to try to trade for five ticks per trade. We're going to give ourselves probably till 9:32, 9:33 before we come in, and we are trading the direction of the slope. If the slope is green, we're getting long. If we don't move until the slope changes direction. So we are in the trade until until we make a take profit, or the slope goes against us, and then we blow out the whole position. We flatten out the whole position, and then we change direction to the slope. Frequency, duration, intensity. That's it. Oh, Dr. D, sounds like you know the literature. Yes. Frequency, duration, intensity. That's right. So we're doing two of the bad things. We're doing frequency, because we're doing a lot of frequency, and we're doing duration, but actually not that bad. We're saying we're going to do a duration for like an hour, so that's pretty good. And we're dampening our intensity. So I actually feel very, very cleansed. I'm practically a choir boy today in my attempts at curbing my degenerate trading impulses. I'm practically Warren Buffett today. Yeah. Just call me Boris Warren. Yeah. It sounds like there's more than one person who is familiar with addiction literature here, right? Gee, I wonder why. Welcome, guys. Now it's great to grab you here. We'll see. We don't, Tion. I'm hoping so, but you never know, because sometimes the markets just get really slow. Remember, it's Friday before Labor Day. Pretty much everything is going to die out by 11 o'clock today. I guarantee you, New York City is pretty empty already. So unless, Trump does a truth bomb or something else, I doubt we're going to get a lot of volatility. Let's just take a look. I'm actually curious. We're not going to trade anything for the next couple of minutes. So let's take a look at the news. I want to see if we have anything on the headlines, if anybody's got any reads beyond the obvious. Let me just look at the headlines. Sorry, I'm just the drama, of course, is Governor Cook against President Trump. But I'm just seeing if there's any anything anybody wants to see. Gear PC 2-9 against 9. Heads up, blah, blah, blah. Oh, what's the new allegation against Governor Cook besides the fact that she did mortgage fraud? Is there another allegation? Straddle still expects September rate cut. Yes. So I think generally it's modestly positive bid here, but let's see. Okay, so we're almost. What time is it? It's 9:28. Slope is positive. By the way, to do this, the way I like to do this strategy, if when I'm kind of focusing on it, you really want to start at the beginning of the slope. You don't really want to come in like middle of the slope and start trading it, because obviously a lot of the duration is gone, but sometimes you don't have a choice. Ideally, in a perfect condition, I kind of, like if this is going to be a start of a red slope, like a red move for 5-10 minutes, that's going to be good, because then we can come in and trade it. Do not trade for the next 2 minutes, because these are all fake out moves. They're just dumping and bumping. So we don't want to be involved in this. Is that I think that's funny, TS. Both things can be true, right? There's an alleged fraud on a rental loan too. Yeah, well, whatever. It's definitely shady business. It's like this. It isn't like there's evidence. There's no evidence there. There's a lot of evidence. So I mean, like both things can be true. Trump can get rid of her, and she's also a criminal. So it's like that's the hard part about the story is both things can be true. Okay, drop and pop. We are on the open. Slope just turned green, right? Oh, shoot. Let me make sure that I want to make sure your sizes, guys. Watch your sizes. I have a one size here, one size here. That's all I really want to be. I want to be at one size here. I'm going to give this candle, the full completion. If the slope stays green, given the fact that it's positive bid meaning that trend is positive. I'm probably going to initiate the fund here, and we'll see if we can trade this move, and assume that the move is going to have more than a minute long in duration. But we have to wait a little bit here because the candle is not closed yet. No, Yankee Ho. We're not doing a 5-tick, 15-tick. We have a 100-tick stop. It's just an emergency stop. We are going to trade this on short target and exit when the slope goes right against us. It is not when conditions change, we're going to change our posture. But until that point, we're just, we're staying in the trade. We have an emergency stop just in case there's some kind of a news bomb, and we want to make sure that, we're not going to get badly hit. But generally, that's what we're going to do. Buy market. All right. So I'm in position here. Where am I? We're at 52, 5-point target. Slope stays green. First entry. We just let it ride here. If the slope turns red, then we're going to flip it over. This is first 5 minutes of the opening. Lots of volatility. Probably should have waited, but I don't care. We're just going to have fun. Everybody wants to have fun today, so let's have fun trading the scalp. So the structure here is this candle closes and the slope still remains green. We get long again. If the slope changes red on the close of this candle, we're going to flip around and get short. But for now, as you can see, it's just testing at the grounds here and doing its thing. $59 seconds left. 56. As long as the slope stays green, we're gonna get into a second position on this. 44 seconds left. Oh, sup, you're right. It should say stop loss is 100. You're right. On this one, where I'm using this one, the stop loss is 100. So I'm using this entry, using this bar as my entry. Actually, you know what we can have fun on? Let's do this. So slope stays green. I might have 14 seconds left. We're going to try and join bid on this one. See if I can get a little bit of better entry on the position. I don't know if I could do it, but let's just see. How much time is it? 2 seconds. Join bid. Okay, so I am join bid. Now I have these two entries, right, on the ladder. One is going to get lifted at 54. One is going to get lifted at 57 if it goes. And now I'm just waiting for for this candle to see for the next candle to complete. As long as the slope is green, I'm inventorying positions. Could definitely turn against me and blow myself out. That's that's the nature of the beast. But we're having fun. We're just gonna let this thing ride and see how well it trades. So did anybody ever, have you guys ever tested wealth charts without a stop? Is it possible to enter that without a stop? Not that it matters, but I'm just curious because we did put stops on our news trading strategies, and that was interesting. So again, I have my trigger. It's 45 seconds left. Slope is still green. Next candle closes. I'm going to try and inventory more. Just remember, yes, you're going to get, if this thing goes south against you, you're going to get flushed out for a decent chunk loss, but not a loss that's going to, in any way, shape, or form, threaten your margin account. $13 seconds left. Slope is still green, so we're going to trade this. We're now on this position. And that first position gets done, right? So that gets cleared. And now we're waiting to see if any of these positions get cleared. What do we have here? So we have like 2 positions to be cleared. I think we entered 3 positions. One of them got cleared, and we're just waiting for the other to see if they do. And if the slope turns red, we'll just blow out. We'll just flatten out our position. But in the meantime, how much time is left here? Minute 26. So if we're flash frozen at this particular time, we're still going to be taking another long position because the slope continues to be green. We're just trying to trade this. Although, as you can see, the slope is hardly what we want to see. What we like to see is a rising slope. This slope is kind of still putzing around, doing nothing, Tom says he just did one and it works without any val. Okay, so that's good to know. Will there be a Friday sell-off on a holiday weekend? Could be, Tony. It might come a little bit later. Might come a little bit later. Yes, it's Gloria. Just tell her the only way to get the dots is just right here. Here's the link. I'm putting it into chat. Okay, just copy that link for her, and she just needs to hit the webpage. If you guys want, this is what it looks like. Just simply do this, and as I said, I'm going to give you back 97, so you can go buy five Apex accounts, which is why it's so awesome, right? So it's a really, really good deal. Plus, you get all of Kathy's coaching and forex trading. So if you want to trade forex and futures, like you get everything for 6 months. A really, really good deal. Oops, where I'm in red. Flatten out. I'm out of the position. Out of position because the slope turned red. And guys, you know that I'm going to be all over the place today here because we're doing a million things. And Dr. D is telling me that NQ is really killing it, which I'm sure it is. And YM is just a much more flatter product to trade this with, but I'm trying to be responsible. I'm actually curious how's the NQ how's the Nasdaq trading right now. See, look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq is just like would have just been money. All right, should we do Nasdaq? Fuck this. We're who wants to do a YM? It's such a boring trade. Let's do full on Nasdaq. Let's have fun. I knew I shouldn't have been. Although back to green slope, I should be a buyer here. Let's just do. Okay, we'll do one more cycle of YM. If it doesn't give me what I want, we'll go back to NQ. Green slope on the YM. It's got to stay this way, and then we'll just see how it goes. All right, long the YM. Slope is green. That one gets done. Next can. This was just a shakeout move, which hey, it happens. I probably should have stayed in it because I was I kind of got distracted with the coaching, but it's fine. Minute 38. The slope is starting to look a lot better. Looks like they want to be buyers. So maybe we get like a 20-minute duration here, and we can start making some money on the YM. That's a good statement. I kind of like that. I like that, Dr. D. $49 seconds, still green slope. We can see if we can buy some and make it happen here on the YM. $30 seconds. This is really. I'm going to join bid, see if I can make the trade. In at this with 13 seconds on this particular candle. That one is done. Waiting for this candle to close. Trade the slope more. Actually curious how's NQ doing? NQ is starting to come back up. Still red slope on the NQ. By the way, we have like a legit. You guys want to have some like I'll trade like a legit trade with you guys if you want it. This is a retrace sell trade, $1.16. If there's a white dot, if the white dot stays on here, that would be a legit retrace trade that we can take on Nasdaq. Although it disappears, doesn't look like it's happening. I'll come back to trading legit setups in a bit. But in the meantime, YM still giving us a nice clean scalp to the upside. So let's stay with that. All right, around 10 seconds, I'm gonna join bid here. I'm gonna take this one out, and so we're trading 66 against 71. See if we can get that move. Slope continues to be sloping up, so it's good clean look for us. And now see it's starting to really build up a nice clean move for us to the upside as all of these trades start to work. It's kind of fun, right? Oh, good job, Joe. Joe gets a. We haven't done this in a long time. Let's give Joe the chicken. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And coins and money. Good job on Joe. Well, how'd you do it, Joe? Tell us. Tell us. Yeah, Yankee. I'm going to try and set everybody up on wealth charts who needs it over the weekend. I spoke to Rob yesterday. I'm going to be able to set this all up. 33 seconds left on this. Let's see if this is going to give us some. Oh, you guys, you just opening range direction. Nice job. Nice job. All right, 16 seconds left, 15 seconds left. Join bid. Can I make this? 8 seconds left. Come on. I'm in the trade. 87 is the target. We're pretty well extended off the moving average, so it's totally natural for us to come back down. But that's going to keep the slope green for quite a while, so we can take a couple of more, a couple more candles that come back down. We're still going to be able to take those positions. Good morning, Jazz. We're having fun. We're just basically chilling and willing. Oh, what happened to my thing? Let's do this. I totally forgot about the. Don't forget, guys, 90% off. I need to put my link in there. 48 seconds on the clock. Oh. Slope is starting to get red, guys. Slope's starting to get red. Got to respect the slope. Let's see. All right, slope stays green. We are join bid. Okay, on this trade now. And we're at 50 to 54s or 49 54s. And we're turning red. So on the close of this, if this goes red, we're going to flip around. That's not a bad idea, but I would only copy just a few of them, just a few of them. $50 seconds left on the YM. Let's see if it comes back up. Remember, we don't move until the candle closes. All right, seconds. All right, we're going to have to flatten out. I'm just going to eat this one, flatten out, and go short. Because now it's now the slope is changing on me. And that's, that worked. The short now worked on the other side. So I'm going to try to build the shorts the other way. Let me see what NASDAQ is doing, because NASDAQ is the trade. Let's switch around to NASDAQ, which is so much nicer as a trade for us. Let's do this in that same account, right? No, the 116. Okay. I also think it's, like, ironically enough, easier to make money and make the tags in NASDAQ. Let's see, sell market. I mean, I'm coming in very, very late on the move. Look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ was the perfect move for us to the downside. I really shouldn't have. Here's the two mistakes I made. This is really, really interesting. This is such an interesting thing in terms of thinking about this, because they always tell you, you should be thinking about risk control. When you're doing these kind of ideas, risk control is actually the enemy of what you want to do. Like, the risk controls here should just be small size, right? That should be the small size. Because I said, gold, we need to do 5 and 5 instead of 4 and 4, and gold kind of died out because of the result that we didn't quite make target in gold. Whereas in NASDAQ, we just went fully on the move. Same thing here. I was like, let's do YM instead of NASDAQ, because we're going to be a little bit more cautious on the YM. But it would have been stupid, because the real mover is always NASDAQ. NASDAQ is the real mover here on the trades. Where am I? 1 second. Sell market. Okay. Boom, and we're done. And we're done on the market. Like, had I just simply stuck on NASDAQ, this would have been a 1,000-point move easily for us on NASDAQ had we traded it fun. So, good lesson to learn. If you're going to trade, like Dr. D says, if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. If you're going to trade high risk, trade the highest risk instrument, because that's the one that's going to complete those trades for you best. Good job. Yeah, Jazz, I refund you the money. I give you 97. You can use that for Apex accounts. So I think I think you came in. I think I already refunded you, but if I haven't, I'll double check. And you can use the credit on the credit card to buy more Apex accounts. I think it's already done. I'm not sure. All right, watching But you're gonna have fun with NAS a little bit, even though now it's going back to the slope. It's actually got 5 minutes to the U of M. So let's see what happens at U of M right now. But 36 seconds on the candle. Slope is still red, so we're still going to sell it. That's great, Gloria. I'm so glad. Gloria is like actually one of the best traders in the room. She just keeps quiet, does her thing. And she's awesome. So I'm really, really glad that it's helpful. Okay, short here. Where's my thing? Oh, we're in the wrong count. I should be in one. And we're done again. You see how much easier it is to do this over here. I got to make sure that I got to go one size. Yeah, 116. So winner, winner, winner. All in Nasdaq winners. We're gonna stay with Nasdaq for a little bit to have fun with it. Maybe. YM generally is not like it's we would what YM is really, really good for. You know what seriously what YM is super good for? It's my class A trade, the retrace trade. Like that is a really, really good. Like if we look at YM over here, I think I got to get rid of all my. Well, let's go look over here on the on this. Let me show you YM. Okay. So, okay. So this is actually a little bit problematic. This purple dot, which is the retrace dot in a positive trend, right? We're long 52s, would be long 42s and resolve ourselves at 52s. Even, this trade would have resolved itself on a basis, right? Now there's just not much, there's not much. Certainly over here, but this is prior to, no, this is the market open. You could have bought this. You could have bought this over here. No, you couldn't because this was negative slope. I don't have any real good here. You could have bought this. So YM, news comes out, green slope, positive trend, purple dot. You'd have bought this, would have been a nice clean trade. The A setup on YM is a really good setup. Everything else, becomes a lot like the scalping is really made for NASDAQ. It's just really, really made for NASDAQ. That's where it excels. It's 9:56. I probably should just wait until U of M, although this would have worked too. Shit. I should have hit that sell. That would have totally worked. Oh, no. I'm in Dow. Sorry. Never mind. Here it is. Here's the YM. Here's the NASDAQ. That would have worked too. We should have done another trade here, but I got a little distracted. Oops. What's going on over here? How do I do this? What did I just do to my thing here? I really have a hard time. The one thing I don't like about wealth charts is I can never properly size these things, to make it visible. Here we go. Okay, 55 seconds. Really shouldn't be doing this, but we're having fun, so let's do it. If red slope, we're going to just sell this to the downside at the close of the candle. If U of M hurts us, it hurts us. And we're done again. So, I am proven right again. Oh, guys. Holy shit. I just realized what I'm doing. Oh my God. How stupid am I? I'm like, how come I'm not making a lot of P&L? Because I'm trading micros. All the good trades were, guys. We literally had about $600 worth of trades here that I totally did on micros. Oh, never mind. All right. But I mean, it's as I said, Degenerate Friday. We have a lot of fun here. Let's. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Why is this not working? 116 on NQ. I had it because we had it from the other one. I'm talking and I'm doing a million different things. Look, the point of trading is that you guys get to see the setups. As I said, I could give a flying fuck about what I do in live with you guys because I trade on, when I trade my own and I'm serious, I'm trading right now I have like already 4 wealth charts funded and 6 Trade of 8 funded. We're going to go to like 7 or 8 by next week. Then we'll just trade funded and I'll just be really, really focused on the whole thing. But again, when I'm trading live, I just want you to see the setups. I want you to see the mechanics because that's what really helps you learn the trade. So today, I'm having a lot of fun. I was like, holy shit, how come my P&L isn't rising? This P&L could have totally, I could have got back all of this P&L. But for now, it's U of M. We're still red slope. Let's see what the numbers are. It's actually revised, so it's not even like that big a deal. But let's just see what it does, and then we'll trade. We'll trade for the next half hour a little bit more slope stuff, and then we'll try to trade a couple of real setups just to show you what the real setups are. If I want to size to size the chart vertical, right click on the price and move the mouse when pressed. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, what's U of M? What's the reaction? Doesn't look like much of a reaction here. All right, we're going to sell this. Of course, the other thing I was going to say is once you're like an hour duration of the red, what's the probability that this thing is, or at least a half hour of duration of red? What's the probability it's going to stay red? Probably pretty low. We're gonna probably convert and change the slope to green, right? Right. So if it goes to green, we'll go the other way around and trade it that way. Jess, did you fill out the form properly? Slope is still red. I didn't realize we need a larger stop on this thing. Okay, market close 19 seconds. Sell market. Actually, we can move the stop like all the way up here. I'm just gonna, because and again, this is huge size. You gotta understand. I'm gonna probably burn the account, but it's just it's just for fun to see a trade on this size. Where's my position? And we're done. We're done on the trade. So another. It's probably, I would say, it's probably a lot to trade one mini NASDAQ on a 50,000. You're definitely going to stress the account. But the cool thing is, if you sort of think about this, you're either going to burn the account or you're going to run the account $1,000 in an hour, $2,000 in a couple hours. Like you can run the account 2/3 to funding, and then generally what I like to do, by the way, is I run the accounts like 2/3 to funding, and then I triangulate my size much smaller. I just make it, make it much easier that way. I'm gonna try and do join ask here. What this is, what do we do? 12 ticks, stop loss. 400 ticks, just because whatever. Join ask. What if failed to place? Quantity cannot be 0. Oh, 1. Join ask. Okay. Oh, wow. They got done again. No? And that got done again. So again, it's just, just scalping. You can see X to 0 means, entry, exit on the chart. So that got done again. That's nice. All right. I'm trying to do a join ask structure here. Let's see, 8, 9 seconds, 7 seconds. Join it. See how fast the Nasdaq ladder moves. It's so fast that it's almost hard to see it. That's what it makes it fun to trade, also profitable to trade, but also highly volatile to trade. See how fast the ladder gets done. Boom, 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 boom. So so we're right back to business over here. So that's the game plan. It's just it's a lot of fun to do this. And as I said, we can if we're in a situation like anytime during next week where we say, okay, we think there's like an hour-long duration for, let's say, 9:30, 10 o'clock, it's going to create 9 out of 10 times. There's usually a trend, either 9:45 to 10:15, or even 9:30 to 10:30, right? There's always like that half-hour trend. This trend would have literally been, I made in the last 10 minutes, $60, $200 in the last 10 minutes. But this trend was good for probably $1,500 if you think about this in an hour's worth of trading, which is really awesome, right? Wally's saying gold is on fire. That's another, it's probably another one that we could trade the other way around. I haven't looked at gold, but we can have fun with gold too. Where's that? GCZ. Yeah, look at gold. Gold is just really soaring. Holy shit. Now look at gold. Gold would have been another beautiful structure here. Boom, 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 boom. It would have been another, $1,000 here on gold. I haven't really thought about what would be I think it's probably $0.50. If I'm trading gold, let's have fun with this. Let's try to trade gold. And I think we're going to make gold 5 ticks, 100 ticks. That's fine. Gold on that. Let's just, buy, join, bid. See if we can make gold. All right, we're in gold. I got to get over here. GCZ. And it's 116. And we're right there. Come on. Get up there. There. And we're done on gold, right? Another nice clean trade. So we could have done $2,000 on gold. We could have done $1,000 on Nasdaq. Like these are the instruments. I'm sorry. I even brought up YM. My mea culpa. I ask forgiveness of the Degenerates Club for thinking that I should trade a low volatility product for you guys. But these products, especially post news, this was good news. They really react. Like this, we can find, like, I think, what's next week? Do we have? Oh, we have non-farm payrolls next week, right? What's that? I'm just looking. I want to see what the calendar is going to be like next week, where we could actually have a lot of fun with this. So obviously next week is all bullshit on the open. Nobody's going to care about. Well, we have ISM manufacturing. That's also not Tuesday. Is going to be bullshit. Wednesday will be nothing. Qashqai. Well, Thursday could be a fun day. Maybe we should do marathon Thursday, and then we'll obviously do. Kathy's going to trade non-farm payrolls to us, but Thursday would be the right day because we can. We got ADPs, which is going to be a news-driven event that's going to probably create an hour-long trend for us. We got ism, which could really have some fallout, right? So yeah, all of those. Oh, Jazz, there's no coupon. Okay, Jazz. Let me explain to you very, very slowly. There's no coupon. I refund you the money to your credit card, and you can use that refund as cash to go buy it. That's the easiest way to do it. Okay, so it's super simple. It stays in your account, and so you can use that with the BK Save code to go buy the eval accounts. Is that clear? That's the circle of virtue. Let me know if that's not clear to you. That's an explanation for everybody, by the way. The way it works is you buy the coaching, I give you back money, you use that money to go out there and buy the accounts. So it becomes very, very cool. Okay. Yeah, that's fun. Me too. I'm there with your brother. I'm there with your brother. Yeah. I am very much that way. I always say, what the classic Boris. Shit. Sorry, guys. I missed one more trade in Nasdaq because I got distracted. But it's fine. We're still negative slope here, right? Still negative slope here. So we're at 16 seconds left. Let's see if we can do this. I don't even know where we're at. Oh, we're at 58. Okay. So we're in this trade. The slope still stays red. So the next candle, we're gonna come in on that next candle as well. Very much sold the bottom on this, but I'm going to stay true to my word that I'm going to trade the slope. And if this burns it, I'll flip around. But let's see. Maybe life will be. Oh, come to Poppy. Come to Poppy. Come. No. Come to Poppy. And we're done. At this point, I'm really not going to do any more. We're really, really, really oversold, right? So there's probably maybe 2 or 3 possible trades, but then we just get stuffed out the other way around. Like the beautiful trade was here. Like this is where we milked this thing all the way out. And I think, like honestly, so we talk about duration. Probably like the right thing is stop thinking about how many points you can make. Start thinking about duration. If it goes for more than half an hour, you probably need to bail. So it's like this is from 9:30 till 10:10. So we probably should have stopped our binging right over here. Had we done that, this would have been like very, very clean, couple of $1,000. As is, we know. I literally made $800 in the last 15 minutes with you guys because this was at 48.4, and now it brought it up to 49.2 in terms of doing this. But you can see how fast you can generate the P&L as long as you have the proper structure. The structure is the key thing. At what point in this NQ trend would I consider the A setup? Let's look. I gotta go to Trading View. I can't. This is just too chaotic. Let's look at Trading View. This is a tough question because really, so A setup, B setup, C setup. What we have here is the only thing we have here is the B setup and the C setup, which are purple dot, red dot. Same setup, by the way, is a B setup and a C setup. So purple dot, red dot is a B setup, and the first sell label in slice. This is the red slice, first sell label is a C setup. After this, we literally, honestly, the irony of the whole thing is that there was really no good trades for us on a single trade basis in NQ. but there was like a massive amount of degenerate trades for us, right? So the irony of the whole thing is that degenerate trades were by far the most, like when we have that kind of a really 45-degree angle trend, which we obviously always get at least once or twice a day, the degenerate setup just cleans up. It just totally cleans up, right? But now we know we really are kind of at the bottom. Maybe we'll see, and it's hard. Yeah. No, it's absolutely true. Bill is right that hindsight is 2020. It's easy to say, "Oh, look how much money you could have made." That's what I'm saying to you. That the key thing about making the degenerate setup work, right, Bill, is that you need to anticipate that you going to have a high probability of duration. Duration meaning that the trend is going to stay for half an hour or maybe longer, red or green. And what makes you confident of having that belief is a news trigger, right? So this is the degenerate slope. I love that. Keith always comes up with the best names. This is definitely the degenerate slope. Yeah, we're kind of a little bit of support here, but you don't even need to know that this is a major support to kind of say visually, look, we're really, really oversold. You may want to pause a little bit here and see what happens. Now, having said this, Santiago, right? Having kind of said, well, we look really, really oversold. You still have to give, like, if we get a white dot red slope, which is the A setup, you got to give it props. I mean, yes, it's grossly oversold, but it's still a legitimate trade here. We're not getting that, of course. We just keep pumping it. But if you get a white dot red slope, you still have to try to trade the retrace as a legitimate trade. Keith, I love the name. This is the degenerate slope. It's a great name. I think I'm going to make a video on this today. What is the degenerate slope, and how can you make money trading it? Yeah, just look at this. Just sell labels. I mean, I'm actually this is a pretty unique downward draft in NAS, right? NAS really, really dropping like a stone. Yeah, looks like the degenerate slope is still going down. Let's look at gold, by the way. Gold is degenerate slope going up. Holy shit! Look at gold. I mean, we haven't traded gold much here, but that is a totally legit trade here. Let's have fun. Let's do this. Buy. Position. Where am I in gold? Oh, we're almost there. Almost there. Come on, baby. We're 94, 99.9. Come to Poppy. Come to Poppy. Come on. You were right there, and then you did me wrong. Gold really wants that 3,500, right? So that's I bought. I didn't even look. I bought in front of 3,500. Let's see if we can take it out. Come on. You know what? I'm gonna flatten out. Fuck. I know. Whatever. I'm gonna flatten out a gold. That 3,500 could really create a nice little sell off. I'll wait. But yeah, look at gold. Gold had just like this massive run. We still have the one trade gold account. This is the 133 that we can kind of, we can really, we actually ran that up a little bit on micros. We can absolutely trade this. We can actually trade this on A quality setups, which is what I really want to do. We just don't have any A quality setups because it's just been so overwhelmingly positive that we need a purple dot on gold here for us to create a A quality setup. So this goes white dot, Santiago. I gotta go. I mean, I gotta give this a legit trade, and that's going to be, by the way, let me just create a bracket on this. It's 28 by 80. We don't get the white dot. It's got to be a white dot against a red slope. So if the slope turns green, we won't have the A set up. Correct. Correcto mundo profundo. That's why I like to flatten. All right, slope still red. So if this gives us a white dot, we have a legit try here for NAS on an A setup. $59 seconds left. Hey everybody, I see a lot of new people joining in. We're having a fun time. It's 10:15. We've been trading since 8 o'clock. We funded one NASDAQ account in a single trade off the PCE. Watch the replay if you guys are late. It's really a lot of fun. Watch the replay at the beginning. We got about 75% towards funded on the gold, and it just like gold actually hit our funded target, and then it just slipped on the execution, so we couldn't get it. So we got about a couple $100 that we need to run on gold, and then we just degenerate traded the rest of the time, which is what we're doing because it's Degenerate Friday, where I am basically taking short trades if the slope is red and long trades if the slope is green on very, very short scalps. As you can see, I just scalped my way out to about $300-400 on this. Now we're waiting for what we like to call our ABC, our prime setups. Unfortunately, the setup that we were waiting for right now just got negated because this white dot over here, Santiago, no longer legit because the slope went green, right? As a matter of fact, we want to go back to Degenerate trading. We can this candle closer, we can get long this candle, which we probably will do. We'll trade it from here. You know what's also really cool, by the way? I just realized this. You can have one set of stops and targets, let's say for your Degenerate trades on this ladder, and you could have a totally different set of stops and targets on this trading panel. So if you want to trade your A, B, C setups with proper stops and targets, you can do it here. And if you want to just trade your Degenerate stops and targets, you can do it here, which is really cool. Joe just pressing the fuck out of that NQ to the downside, right, baby? Nice job. Yeah. So that was like 4 minis, 5 points, or just like sort of, short target, super concentrated entry. Is that what you did? Or you just let them run? Is that going to be now known as the full Nelson, Joe? Should we call that the full Nelson? 25 seconds into the trade, we're going to go long this thing, baby. It's a reversal. We're going to degen this trade to the upside. As long as the slope stays green, we'll have fun with it. So I'm going to go join bid here. Did I get done? I don't know. Where's my order? No, I did not get done. So join bid again. Okay, that one is done. And now we're trying to trade that. Where am I? I'm trying to trade that to 95. Let's see if that gets done. And if it doesn't, the slope I think is going to stay green for a while. So we're going to try and see trade this reversal move. Come on. And we're done. And we're done on another nice scalp. It's a lot of fun. I think, if I bring this back to 50, I would have literally brought it back $1,500 in like an hour of just fucking around. My favorite kind of trading, the fuck around trading. So totally viable, totally doable. No, I don't do any one-on-one trading. I do coaching, and we get together every Thursday, and you can ask me anything you like, and we have really, really good conversations. So it's a much cheaper way for you to get access to me. If I did one-on-one, it would cost you tens of thousands of dollars. So if you're really interested, in being coached, join us, join the program, and I'm happy to have you come with us. I use a 12 tick TP, just 3 points, baby, just 3. You know, sometimes small is better. All right, let's have a little bit more fun. Join bid. And we're in the trade position. Where am I? And we're done again. Yeah. If you're a fast trader who wants to just this was $1.20, $60 in less than a couple of seconds. A lot of fun. Are we turning around? Yeah, is this going to be a half-hour duration? Maybe. I can't. I definitely don't have full confidence in it. But this is definitely the turnaround time, right? The 10:30. Do we? If we get a half-hour duration, this now becomes like $1,000 move for us in terms of structure. That's the bet. Who was saying to me, hindsight is 20/20. I forgot who was saying that in the room. My point is that yeah, you're absolutely right that it is. But we get paid for foresight, and the foresight is what you're going to be. You have to have the foresight to say, "I think this is legit. I'm going to try and trade it." Are you always going to be right? Absolutely not. But we know that there are times in the day when we're far more right than wrong, right? Because we know how to day trades in the markets, and taking advantage of that gives us an enormous amount of edge, just a huge edge, because the strategy works really well. As long as we can just align it with the with duration. So that's it. Yeah, we're holding ground. I mean, if I was trading this myself, I would be trading this, for a while to the long side. But I think I'm kind of done with my dopamine fix for the day because this could. Another part of literature is that you're only allowed to do like 1 hour worth of fun. We had a great hour. I mean, we had a great hour. I did a really. It wasn't even it wasn't an hour. It was like about 45 minutes. Within that 45 minutes, we made. Let's just see how many trades we made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 1, 2. I can't even tell. 1, 2. No, there's probably more. You count the circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 8 times 6 is $480, right? $500 in half an hour. Not bad. Plus, and we forgot the gold, and I actually traded the gold just for shits and giggles too. Which was here. This was the gold for 2 more. So it's actually $600. No, $700 because gold was $600, $50. So it was like that. And we could have traded gold for like a clean 1,000 over here. So a really, really nice, fun time doing this with you guys. Let me look at. I just want to see something. Do we have an A set up? No. Slope is still green, so there's really no trade here. If you're degen trading, this is still a very much legit long entry, right? Slope is still green. 17 seconds left. So let's just wait for this candle to close just to see how I would have traded, where we would have been. So I'm going to come in at let's say I'm going to come in at 63, 64. I'm looking for 67 to get this trade done. We're pretty much there, right? Went 66.75. probably, depending on where I came in, I would have gotten this trade done on a scalp basis. And probably, as it runs again more, I'll get, yeah, there it is, 68. So it's a good example of like, don't worry about the candle. The slope is what drives you. As long as the slope is there, you could have come in right there. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Decision fatigue, sloppiness. You get all that stuff. Also, by the way, this is a really, really cool, finding, which I was totally shocked to find out. Do you know that athletes who exercise too much, like they do too many workouts, actually lose the runner's high, the endorphin high? Like, in other words, if you overdo pleasurable activity, the body actually makes it taste bad. How when if you overeat really, really good food, it tastes like shit. If you do other things too much, it kind of loses its appeal. Same thing with that. So your point about fatigue is absolutely right. Like, you can't trade in this insane fashion for more than an hour, because otherwise, you're just going to lose your structure and lose your appetite for it. So yeah, it's a really good point. That's not the point, Nathan. That's not the point. No advice, my friend. No advice. My friend, go make money. Go make money and then come back trade. That's my only advice. What time is my? We're live every day, 9:00 New York time. Okay. Oh, Joe loves the full Nelson. Absolutely. Okay, who's new in the room? Anybody want to say hi to me? We had a huge amount of fun. We did a lot of trading. I'm actually just kind of chilling out to see if we can get any what we call legitimate setups. Our non-degenerate setups. And so far, nothing is really kind of showing up on the charts here, because everything is negative bid, and now it's positive counter trend. So we just don't have any. We're always on our legitimate setups. We're always trading with trend, and so far we don't have any of those structures on the thing. Look at fucking gold. Holy shit! We took out the 52, right? We could have just traded gold today to Nirvana have it. Man, that was a. That's definitely hindsight's 50-50, but I'm really surprised at how powerful that move is against. So this is basically gold saying 1,000% a rate cut, and debasement. Gold is really gold is on its way to 4, guys. Hallelujah. The moment it starts to appear on CNBC, that's when it's going to be done. But until that point, no, it's still a trade. And by the way, remember we talked about we were like at, what was it, 69? Look at NAS. This thing is just already a good half hour of clean positive scalp trades that we could have all done, right? So definitely a lot of fun. Why do you get more degenerate setups than legit setups? Sorry, are you asking me why is there a lot more frequency? Because the rule for degenerate setups is every single candle. The rule is just the whole point of there is very little supervision. There's very little negation in the degenerate setup. Is just if the slope is good, if it feels good, do it, baby. That's literally the strategy in degenerate. If it feels good, do it. Slope is green, we're buying, and we're looking to resolve every single one on a very, very short-term basis, right? So that's why you get so many more. Whereas with our legitimate setups, everything's got to line up perfectly. If it doesn't line up perfectly, it's not a setup, right? That's the two ways of two ways of trading, which I think is kind of actually good because obviously legitimate setups are for serious trading. Degenerates are for fun, but both can be used for very productive means, right? For very, very productive ways to do this. That makes sense, TS? Is that clear? All right. So Apex, 90% off. Go out there and buy like 5 accounts, right? Do what I did today. Buy like 5 or 6 accounts. And then when we have news this week, straddle it, baby. Straddle it, get funded. I'm walking away today with a funded account without any effort on my part, and another account that is like 3/4 of the way to fund it, which I'll try to fund next week. And then I'll have so many funded accounts I want to know what to do with it. And then have fun on the degenerate side if you want to, and definitely focus on the ABC setups, which we will all review. So everybody who's new to me in this room and you've never come trading with me, come trade with me every single day. There is you spend a week with me, you'll understand right away why almost everybody who trades with us is a funded trader, which is only 5% of the whole world. If you want to be that kind of trader, please bring all your friends, bring everybody, do my coaching. If you really, really want to be serious about this, join my coaching and I'll buy you 5 free accounts so you can start your journey correctly, right? NQ. Look, we all know that 1030 reversal, right? Like we've all known that pattern, the 1030 reversal that seriously talking about. Like the degenerate scalping actually lets you take advantage of that reversal, right? In the moves. Today is a great day for degenerate trading because we had lots of duration on the moves. They need a lot of conviction. So 2 things, Saul. You're right. They need some conviction, but where's my conviction strongest? My conviction strongest is during North American Open when I got news at my back, right? When I got shit to do. Because what is conviction based on? It's based upon the idea that a lot of people are going to move these things one way or the other, that there will be activity. The underlying, all I want is activity in one direction or the next. I don't give a shit if it's up or down. I just want a lot of people to start sending orders in one direction or the other. And that's what I want to have in the back of my mind. And once I have that, my system automatically makes money. So if I can just do that, then I'm good to go. September is usually a horrible month for the markets, right? It's always really, really volatile, which is good for us. Like we don't care if it's a 2,000 point down month in the Nasdaq, we're going to be swimming in money because we're going to be taking all of these moves to the downside or to the upside. So that's the beauty of scalping, is we are directionally agnostic. All we want is continuity. All I want for Christmas is half an hour of continuity. That's what I want. Give me that, and I'll give you a chance to make money every day. All right, is there nobody new in the room? I know there's tons of people in there. All the lurkers, come on, say hello to me. Don't be a pussy. Say hi. We don't bite. Nobody wants to say hello to me. Tell me where you're from. Aside from Mr. South Africa, who is hustling hard. Okay. Well, we love you nonetheless. Oh, there we go. Rwanda. Holy shit. Nice to have you. Wow. I think you're the farthest person in the room here. Have you traded stock index futures? Unfortunately, Apex won't take people. They don't process Africa just yet. But But one of the things we're working on, by the way, is we're working on a good second partner for us, second prop partner that can take customers from all over the world. And I think we're close. And once we do that, it's going to be really good because we're going to have the same tools, the same different, like better tools in some ways for CFD purposes. But for now, we're just trading stock index futures. Is there more activity with Euro closing on holiday weekend? Yeah. Like, you mean, like now there's more, yeah, everybody's pre-positioning. But I think, honestly, everything is going to die in about half an hour. Like if I know, you know, I'm going back. I'm in Jersey now. I'm going back into the city. I guarantee you, I'll find a parking spot. That's how you know everything is dead, because I guarantee I'm going to find a parking spot in the city. Because I think a lot of people are booking out. So NAS. Oh, how's our little YM? Our little boring YM. Actually, would have been okay. Still a shitty product for what I think it's okay, but we should have just stuck to NQ as the volatility. You bought here, you bought here. It's just this little herky jerky. You see, the YM shakes you out a little bit more. It doesn't hold the bid, doesn't hold the slope as well as NQ does. It does these little fake out moves and then hurts you. You're in Ecuador. Oh, nice. Oh, we're starting to pop. Starting to pop. I think, it'd be interesting. I'm actually kind of curious. I'm sort of waiting with you guys to see if the slope turns red, because I'm going to scalp a few more trades with you guys if I can. If it goes red, just to see if this 425, if this is support or this is the pause and we're going to drop lower. I'm actually interested. Like, why is nobody like? Is it just liquidation? Is there anything? I'm trying to see why the markets are. Nvidia falls on report. Alibaba decides. I knew there was some kind of pressure on Nas. Okay, so Alibaba is working on new AI chips. So there's that competition on Nvidia. Blah blah blah. Atlanta Fed Q3 GDP surges to 3.5%. Yields don't tell the story. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, what did U of M do here? Confirming the preliminary final prints showed sentiment weakening and inflation fears returning in August, with both current conditions and expectation declining. Buying conditions for durable goods subsided to their lowest. Right, sentiment now stands about 11% above readings from April, but remains 10% below 6 months ago. That sector of personal finances held steady after plunging back to reality for 2 months. Inflation has rebounded. Okay. We have no idea what's going on with the elevated expectations. All three political cohorts saw 1 year expectation decline. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I think Max 7 is under pressure for sure. I think that is, yes. I think they're really, they're quite good. Yes, that's Kathy's bailiwick. And by the way, the coaching goes two ways. I mean, Kathy is very good at coaching for forex trading, which can be absolutely applied to prop, and that's she's part and parcel of this thing, literally giving away her services for free. Where are you from, my friend? Oh, you're new from Poland. Welcome, Pitek. Nice to have you. We love Poland. Poland is the cool Europe. We love Poland. We love Czech Republic. We love Hungary. That's where the excitement is these days. I bet you guys don't know this, but in one generation, the Polish GDP per capita is now equal to the Japanese GDP per capita, which is astounding. That's how well they're doing economically. So, where are you from in Poland? Still positive slope, guys. Like, NAS is really not giving up this move. Interesting. I'm still watching it to see if we start turning red. No, I'm not Polish. I'm Russian born. I am Russian born, but I am American, baby. I'm American. I've been American forever. You know how you become American, by the way? It's not your citizenship. It's not your ability to speak without an accent. It's not any of that shit. This is a true measure. Let's see if you guys know. What is a true measure of when you know you're American? It's also not like, when you start counting in English versus your native language, all that shit. That is not. Yes. Santiago got it right away. Baseball, baby. Baseball. If you can understand. Oh, look, guys, we got a sell market. I'm short the. Oh wait, do I have the wrong product? Oh, I have the wrong product. Let me flatten it out. I think I had the wrong. Shit, I had the wrong brackets. I was short this. Oh yeah. Sorry, I had the wrong product. So this was. I made the trade. This is a 3-tick trade. Let's do this over here. This is a 3-tick trade over here. Next candle. You see how it's turning red? And I said let's trade the degen on the red side just to see if we can test the downside. So a minute 4 seconds. This candle closes. We're going to trade a little bit more red. But yes, baseball. If you can begin to understand baseball, that's how you know you've really culturally changed. Oh, this is how you were telling me to adjust the. That's how you adjust the wealth charts. Thank you. Join ask. 36 seconds left. Hey, Gloria. No, baby. Yankees forever, baby. I bleed Yankees. Yankee stripes. No way. None of that NL bullshit. But okay. They could pitch a little. Okay, join ask in the trade. Let's see if this gets us in. We're at 74. And we're done again. So, what I was trying to tell you guys is, trading degen with the general big trend. So the big general trend was red. We had a nice, clean half an hour counter trend move. Maybe this is going to be for another 10, 20 minutes. You might be able to clip out a little bit more trades out of it. I gotta go because it's 11. I gotta get into the city, but. No, I don't have dual citizenship. There's only 2 types of Russians. There's Russians that always go back to Russia, and the Russians that never go back. I'm the second kind. Okay, guys. Oh, look at that. Taiwanese born Canadian, you love baseball. There you go, Jim. You're practically American. But, if you're Canadian, you're really American, right? Before Trump is done, you're all going to be part of USA. Whether you like it or not. I'm just kidding you. Actually, I'm not kidding you. Alberta and Calgary want a de facto already, right? No, it's funny. Anyways, guys, hope you had fun. Today was awesome, right? I mean, just we didn't have any of the serious trades today because it was Friday. It was fun around Friday, but a lot of people got funded. I got funded on live with you guys, just doing great stuff. We come back on Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be full session. We're doing the Monday webinar on Tuesday. So come with us. Obviously going to trade non-farm payrolls Friday and definitely going to do marathon on Thursday against the ISM services trades. So maybe we'll do a little bit more of the let's hunt and punt. Over the weekend, be sure to get at least 5 or 10 of these things in your inventory so that we can be ready next week to kind of get a few accounts, on a punting session to get funded, and then run the rest of them in a real fashion. Oh, that's really cool. That's very impressive, Pitek. Anyways, hopefully you'll come back, Pitek. You come join us with every single day. Everybody else in the room, hopefully you guys come join us. Thank you so much. It was a last-minute decision to kind of do a marathon today, and I think it went really, really well. So I hope you guys really enjoy it. Hope you have fun, and I will see everybody next week. Happy Labor Day to those of you guys in the U.S. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.